Okay, guys, here we are. Oh, thought I heard something. Okay, never mind. Thought I heard something. No, I didn't. Okay. Anyway, so here we are. This is look at all this the crap for the crap for the GoPro thing, right? And I was like looking. Here's like a gaming mouse. This is one isn't where I don't prefer that one. So going through all my stuff, and I'm like I don't know where like the regular. This is not the regular case that you screw into like these things. Like here's the end of the little feetsies for the, for the camera, so you can set it down, right? So, and I'm like I don't have that. And I don't have the case, and I don't have the bracket thing. So I'm like, I'm looking in this old kit. I haven't busted this thing out in not as many years as the cards, right? But a long time. So I could get all this out and figure it out as far as like, what is going on? How can I set this up? So I've got this kind of rigged in a way that I think will work pretty good without the actual case for this thing, which is unfortunate. I'm sure I have it around somewhere, but I don't care to find it. It's not like I have a ton of stuff. It's just like, it's probably in my junk drawer of my stuff, and I have like a project going on that's in front of that drawer, and I don't want to move it all right now, but I'm pretty sure it's in that drawer. Trust me, I don't have endless amounts of stuff. The only thing that's in disarray is like my actual like vintage, like my vintage stuff. Not like, rattan chairs and wicker crap and knickknacks. Like I'm talking cards, right? So here's like some cards that I found of like, this was like quite a few years ago now. It's just like some coins and like a bunch of like, I get Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm not really into Yu-Gi-Oh. So I think this is like a deck when I looked it up. I guess, maybe, I don't know, some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Some Indiana Jones cards I got a while back. And then I'm like here's some of like the Pokemon cards we get from like McDonald's, and like the little play stuff, and some packs of that I'm putting into like my son's binder, you know what I mean, of like cards of stuff. And part of the reason in me digging out like the card thing is like some of my old Pokemon cards. And I only have so many, and there's a story behind that, and I'll get to that. I might have already talked about that, but there'll be time to explain like this whole story of my TCG, like my trading card stuff, years. So anyway, and then there was like this old one that I've had like some old cards in. Like I kind of went through these. This wasn't from the box, like the box that I looked at. The box that I brought in, it's actually over here out of camera sight, that I brought in like it's been over a week, I don't know, and I haven't really had time to look through it. Like, it's not that I do or don't, like I could just go through some, like, okay, cool. I was just like, why don't I just record this instead of like oh, surprise, I have it. Like, I haven't looked at it. I'm like, I know like sort of what like the decks and stuff that I would have made, but like actually looking through that stuff, 24 years. Actually looking through like my rares and like my binder of my stuff or whatever I've got, 24 years. Like I've not looked in it. Like I might have glanced at it like maybe, oh gosh, I'm gonna say 10, 11, 12 years ago, just to be like, oh, this is all my stuff. That's still a long time. I don't remember what's in that. I know I didn't look at everything, and it was just kind of like, I just kind of like flipped through some of the stuff to be like, okay, cool, put it back in the box. And it's like, I had to move, like, or I should say we've moved, like, I don't know, I mean, probably 4 times. It's just how life goes. You pack your stuff, you move, the stuff goes away. It isn't like I'm selling this. This isn't my business of selling cards anyway. So this is like stuff that was like, either I might have grabbed it out of that thing, or it was in like a separate box of like stuff I've looked through sports cards wise, because you could see like, it's, here we go, Magic Johnson, some Michael Jordan stuff, you know, Scottie Pippen, all that stuff. Here's some DBZ cards that I had. I don't like remember where I even got these. These probably aren't that old, honestly, or maybe they are. I don't really know. But this is not something I got as like part of my collection when I was collecting cards. Like these cards are like these old cards are my stuff. These cards are like cards that I got when I got like this stuff. Like I probably got these before I got this. Maybe I don't know. And I'm just like, put it in the thing. We'll go through it. Like these cards, put it in the thing. So these are just like some sports cards and some other sports cards I've got. I've got some more, and then like one that I got this, like I actually got this a long time ago. This was like I went to go get this, you know what I mean? Like I went to a thing, and I remember being like, you know, I don't even remember where this was, and somebody put it in this. I wasn't even playing Magic at that time. This had been a handful of years. I remember I went somewhere, like this is like I want to say like at the end of kind of like the end of the story of like moving where I moved away from like some of my friends. The friends that I was with didn't really play Magic, right? So towards kind of like this time where I had moved again, I went to you know, some event, something with one of my friends, and I was like many years out of it by then, and we got this thing, you know what I mean? It was like we went and like I didn't like those cards. I was like, I don't know these cards. These are new cards. These are weird. You know, like let's play. Like we'll mess around here. It was like one day, and we got some stuff. I got this. I think he might have got one, and I didn't really bring any cards from it. I think I gave them to him. It was just like stuff that it was like a deck that you play with. I don't know how it works. And it was like, I don't collect this anymore. I don't want to dig out. Like I had my stuff in a storage unit. It was like, I don't want to carry this other stuff around. Like it wasn't like I couldn't keep it and throw it in like a box like this, but it was like, I'm not gonna, this stuff would get ruined. It doesn't mean anything to me anymore. You know what I mean? This was cool because I have an old Juggernaut somewhere. So this was cool, but you could see how modern this card is, you know, and I was like, this is what they're looking like now. I think in a weird way, that's part of what threw me off, because I was like, this is not my game anymore, you know, like I don't know what all sorts of stuff they're doing, what has value, what doesn't. I could make a deck and just play, but I don't want to, like, you know, part of it was started to become like you're getting screwed out of rares that people are like trading in a weird way. I'm sure that I've gotten screwed out of things, and I've gotten things that people probably wish they had back, you know, and I'm almost certain of it when we look through the stuff. So, but I don't know. I just want to say that was like a brief time of like one day of like, yo, we haven't played this in like, you know, like when I had stopped like 2001, it was like only one of the group of my new friends like played once in a while. He was like, you know, willing to do this crap, you know? So I was like, okay. And then even like a year after we kind of stopped, I don't know what provoked him to want to like go check this out. We did. This happened, and it was like, okay, cool. Like you can have this stuff because I'm not really into it, but it was cool. And I think he probably kept those cards, but it wasn't like he was into it too. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't that into it too. He was kind of like, yeah, I'll keep them, but like it was just cool to go to it. And that was literally like, I don't even, whenever, I mean, someone can check whenever this stuff has come out. I don't know. Oh boy. 2004 maybe, I guess. I don't know. Something like that. It had to have been before I moved away again, so it would have to have been somewhere around that time frame. Anyway, and I'm only saying that since this is like the only Magic card that I have out right now. I'm just making this video quick. It's going to be a quick part 3. We're going to go into where, like, I'm going to do it today. Like, I've got to get these cards out. I need to go through some of it. I need to, like, organize some of it. Because I don't want it, like, all beside my stuff here in the way. So, and this goes along with the case of this thing, right? And part of it is because I need to get these Pokemon cards out. I really want to set those aside because I'm trying to put them in a binder, which is part of the reason I want to, I was like, oh, let's look for Pokemon cards. I'm hearing a little bit about the situation going on with Pokemon cards. I don't really know the whole story behind it all. But I do know that so far, the places that I've looked to get Pokemon cards, these are like McDonald's stuff, I can tell you, because I've not went to buy any like actually packs of Pokemon cards. This is all like stuff from like a McDonald's or something, that we get for him. And it's just stuff that's like, you go to the store and I think I've looked slowly like, hey, like, let's see if they have any cards, like when we go to like a Target or something, like never any cards. And this has happened. I don't think I've looked for maybe longer than like maybe 3 months or so. I mean, this is the end of March. So, minus some, and given we're talking like, December, it was like, I looked for something and I got them. I got them other stuff. But it was like looking for these things. Like, yeah, I didn't have any. I didn't expect it. When you go to the store come January, you check it out and you're like, oh, what do they got? What do they got? Nothing. Like, okay, like you check in February. Oh, cool. Like maybe we'll get you a couple like, packs of cards or something. What do they got? Nothing. So I'm like, okay, something's obviously going on here. I look on Costco, like, oh, they sell this stuff at Costco. Like, I'll get you a pack at Costco. Like, that's probably going to be a little bit more though, pal. Like, I'm going to spend a little bit on that. But that's fine. What are they, like $100 or so, $120? Like, I'll get you a pack. Nothing. There is nothing. I'm like, this is all gone. I can't even order this online. Like, why are they not making this? Are people buying this stuff out? And I don't want to like educate myself too much until like I'm all into this again. But from like some of the stuff that pops up when I'm like, oh, let me go online and like see if I can order something. You start getting ads. You start getting referred to people's videos. They start talking about. You start seeing some stuff, and wow, I'm like, okay, I don't think we can get any Pokemon cards, dude. And I'm not saying that adults can't play it. I mean, clearly I have, cards, right? I have stuff. But I'll get into my whole Pokemon story. As short-lived as it was pretty short-lived. But I expected to be able to find some of this, and I can't. So I feel like we're going to have to, like, play a different card game or something. I'm like, should we go to this, like, sorcery that people are talking about, sort of? Like, I see some of it around. This, like, Lorcana that's, like, Disney stuff. I'm like, it's not really my thing either. Like, I've heard enough of those songs. I could go the rest of my life without hearing, watching, seeing any of that Disney stuff. Believe me, I could. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so with that said, I just, I don't want to get too into it, but I'm finding out that I don't think I'm going to be able to get any Pokemon cards. So maybe there's some suggestions on what to get for, a kid that might want to play a card game or something. You know what I'm saying? I was leaning more toward that sorcery game. It seems like that's maybe an alternative. I did see there was One Piece. There was some One Piece cards. You know what I'm saying? There was One Piece, like a card game. So I'm like, maybe we'll play One Piece. I haven't really watched. One Piece is like the only anime I haven't, because there's so much. Have I seen some of the episodes in the beginning? Yes, I have. Did I follow it after a few? No, because everybody said you're going to have to invest a lot of time in this. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And trust me, and this is coming from someone I've watched tons of anime programs too. You know what I'm saying? I've watched Cowboy Bebop, Vampire Hunter D, Berserk, which is my absolute favorite one, Gungrave, Ergo Proxy, what are the Parasite. I mean, I can't even think right now. I mean, obviously with the whole like, you know, Trigun and all that, like some of the older ones, Fist of the North Star, like way back. But you know, that's good stuff, right? And I'm sure there's more that I've forgotten. But where was I going with this? I can't remember now. Anyway, I don't remember what I was going to say. Something about anime. I don't know. Anyway, all I know is that I'm trying to get him into like something that I'm just like, yo, let's just collect something and like play the game or whatever. Like, do I have to go back to Magic cards? Do I need to really go back to Magic cards? Like, I didn't really want to. It's not that I don't like Magic. I was like, I don't. It just seems so foreign to me now. Like everything. Like, sure, I could probably jump back into it, but I mean, it's been a long time. But I'm like, why don't I get some that the kids would like? You know, I don't want to get some of this stuff again. You know, like. And you know, Pokemon is a relevant choice, but I don't think I could get any. So anyway, if there's any alternatives, like just, I don't know, maybe let me know if anybody's watching these. I'll get to the cards in a minute. You know what I mean? I'll get to the cards. Trust me. Anyway. Oh, you can't even see because there's a shadow. And anyway, someone has them in this case too, which is like kind of funny. I'll get to the cards. Anyway, this is just an update about what's going on. Sorry if this is so long, but maybe you'll let me know about the Pokemon cards and what's going on with the Pokemon cards. Right?